Oh, shush. What do you want to tell the people? Oh, yeah? You tell them, but you're looking the wrong way. You're supposed to look at the camera. Okay, she told you. I don't know what she told you, but she did. I'm out in our backyard here, just getting her out for a little bit of a relief break. And what I wanted to come out and show you is that we found a new bird feeder. It's supposed to be squirrel proof, and I believe it is, because I filled this a few days ago, and it still has quite a bit of seed left in it, and there is not any seed that I can tell on the ground here. So this might be the bird feeder to go with. We got that at Ace Hardware. And you hear the birds singing out there. I put some fruit down from our kumquat tree. That's what it is. We have a kumquat tree. I don't know what you do with kumquats, and William doesn't know either, but he planted one. And that was many years ago. And it bears this little yellow fruit, actually. And the birds love it, and the squirrels seem to love it too. So I've got food on the bench for the squirrels for right now. You hear the birds singing? And that's what I call our North 40, okay? For all you people out there that might watch my channel that have acreage. Well, we don't have acreage, but we do have a North 40. And I think all of our trees and flower bushes and things like that are totally confused this year because nothing's really coming up too good. Just taking a walk around outside here with the little one. She's kind of slow, even though she wanted to come outside. She stops every now and then and has to sniff and look around and sit for a while. Listen to that. There are planes still flying. Oh, and I had to show you guys this flower corner. This is in another corner of the backyard here. Oh, this is my tiny home. And you know what? Somebody could actually live in this. It's our backyard shed. But what I wanted to show you was not the shed. It's this. This was just a weed growing in our backyard. And I planted it back here a couple of years ago, and it just took off. I think it's a pretty flower. I don't know what it's called right off. My husband doesn't like it. He says it is a weed. Oh well, I like it. And it is a flower. But here I'm coming around the shed. Somebody could make this into a nice little tiny home, I believe. I really do. You know, if you had to. Things are looking pretty dry out here because we haven't had rain in several weeks. So flowers are really dry. My flower plants. Nothing's really blooming. That bush in the corner did bloom earlier, but now it's all kind of dying off. Rose bushes on the corner there. Okay, I'm guilty. I should have really cut that, or trimmed it down in the fall and that, but I never did. It's grown kind of spindly. I'll see what I can do this next year. Are you done, Ginger? I know. It is hot out here, guys. It is sunny, hot. It's in the 80s, and the humidity is coming. So, come on. Yeah, she says, I've had it. Let's go in. Yeah. There you go. But before we go in, I wanted to show you. Here's my little garden. This tomato plant, I do have, you can see it down here. There's a little tomato turning orange down there, and a cluster of quite a few up there. I've gotten one tomato off this plant. This is a beefsteak tomato that I started. I cut the end off of a tomato and planted it here, and it sprouted. So once it gets bigger, I'll be repotting that too. My green bean plant that I have now added a trellis to, and I think I might have to have a bigger trellis pretty soon. This is my green onion plant. I will be repotting these pretty soon. And another tomato plant. This is called a big beef, but it's flowering very nicely, but I don't see any little tomato bulbs starting. Nothing so far. Okay, carrots, and yes, these will be replanted real soon too. My other container tomato plant, and this has several orange tomatoes on the cluster, and I just noticed a really orange one down here. I think, oh, two of them, but I might be removing that one before I go in the house. And this plant is a red and tasty tomato. I cut a tomato in half, planted it in soil like this. It sprouted up just like this little one did here. And then that's what it looks like now a couple weeks later. So I'll be repotting all of that into a bigger pot real soon. Plus, over here, I read somewhere on the internet, of course, where you could take your green onions that you already have, bought from the store or wherever, and cut the tips of them off like you do, the tip that has the root on it, and plant that in soil. And I've done that here. I've planted about 4 or 5 of them here. So we'll see what happens. They're supposed to sprout as well. We'll see. So I've got some planted over in the little garden that was from seed, and then I have these that are from the root end of a full-grown onion. But that's my little garden. And I know to some of you out there, this is really like nothing. And I understand that. I totally understand that. But for me, being a city girl, this is quite a garden for me to start with. And I'm pleased with how it's growing. It may be a little bit overwhelming to me eventually, but I am very, very pleased with it. So I've seen other videos of people that have started their gardens for this time of year, and I've gotten ideas of how I would like to do it for next year. And I'm pretty sure I will have a raised bed garden next year. Maybe right in the same spot because it gets full sun. This area gets full sun from, like, say, mid-morning for sure until late afternoon. So I think this is a prime spot for it to be, and it's well protected. Yes, it's in the pool area, but what can I say? This is where I have most protection from the critters. that come through the yard. And we have some strange critters, including the squirrels that I'm sure would love to get in here and get at some of this stuff. So anyway, this is gardening Deb's way for this year. All right. I'm going to go check that tomato on the vine over there and see if I don't need to pluck it. And maybe give it some more water too. That one's looking pretty dry. But anyway, you guys, that's about it for now. Well, actually, I guess I should say that we are staying pretty self-isolated at this time. The beginning of last week was pretty hectic for us, with me going to the emergency room and everything, but ever since that time, we've stayed at home pretty much. Tuesday, yes, I had to run out and we had to get food for Ginger, but other than that, we have been home and intend to stay home, you know, until something happens here, like things start to subside, or there's less danger of things, or but if we need to go to the store, I will be the one to go for it, and that's no problem. Okay, but I hope you're all staying safe and sound at home, taking care. And don't forget your loved ones and neighbors in case they're in a time of need. But until next time, guys, that's about all I have for this time from here. So I'm going to say bye for now.